Lures, 1-800-USA-1000. In Georgia, call 1-800-222-7272. To save COD charges, use your credit card or send $19.99 plus $3 postage and handling to Fish Caller, Box 49648, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello, Geraldine. I have some wonderful news.
Well, perhaps I'd better sit down. I'm not at all sure my strength will be able to withstand your wonderful news.
Guess who isn't getting married?
Well, let's see. I'm not.
Wrong. I'm not going to marry Derek. I called off the wedding.
Raven, Derek has my congratulations. You have my approval. That was one marriage that was never meant to be.
Took almost an entire afternoon of soul searching, but I made some very important realizations about the relationship.
Well, I'm proud of you. I was hoping that somewhere along the line you'd come to your senses. But what happened? Why the sudden change?
Simple. I decided to marry somebody else.
What makes you think Skylar will ask you?
Well, I mean, besides the fact that he's absolutely crazy about me, he proposed to me this afternoon.
Skylar proposed to you? What was your answer?
Oh, well, I mean, he may be handsome, charming, intelligent, and have lots and lots of money, but I certainly kept my dignity, and I told him I'd have to think about it.
Don't play coy with me. That's all you've been thinking about ever since Skylar and Martine parted company.
Oh, well, I admit that the thought popped into my head now and then, but it was only in passing.
At your instigation, I have no doubt.
Hey, I mean, I might have put the idea in his head at first, but you know, Sky never does anything unless he's absolutely sure and he wants to.
Oh, my dear, I know. Skylar values his independence above everything else. Far more than any of your other husbands, or, fiancés, or gentlemen friends.
Well, that's what I need. I mean, it's great to be waited on hand and foot, but I need somebody that won't jump every time I snap my fingers.
Well, if you're looking for a battle of the wills, Skylar will be a formidable opponent.
Well, that's not exactly what I mean. I feel different about Skylar. I've never felt this way about any other man.
I hope that's true, Raven. Because if it isn't, and you marry Skylar Whitney, you'll be making the biggest mistake of your life.
Sit down, Mr. Randolph.
Shall I get that, Mr. Whitney?
Yeah, go ahead, Captain. Well, to what do I owe this unexpected pleasure?
Gunther, could you leave?
Sure.
that man. I'm ravenous.
Good. Well, reservations have all been made.
Well, don't keep the lady waiting.
Ah, but a lady wouldn't mind waiting if she knew that they were not one, but two surprises in store for her.
She certainly would mind waiting. What are they, Tommy?
Oh, well, you said you're hungry. Maybe we should go.
No, Skylar, come on, don't tease
All right,
me.
patience. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we are. Well, my sweet, would you prefer living here in this hotel, or would you rather live in this?
This is the Whitney Mansion. You're not thinking of buying it. You are wonderful. I love you.
I get the feeling that you approve.
Approve? I'm ecstatic. I used to live in this place.
Yeah, you did when you were married to, what's his name?
Oh, I adore this house. The rooms, the gorgeous grounds, the guest house, everything. I don't know what the present owners have done to it, but I will redecorate the whole thing for us.
You can redecorate to your heart's content within reason.
Thank you. You have made me the luckiest woman in the world.
Yes, that idea has occurred to me now and again. Excuse me, I'm just trying to get a jacket.
And a tie. Martine.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm just reading about your past. Don't worry, it's Martine, and it's not very interesting.
There's one thing that you're going to have to learn, Raven, and learn it good. The rules of community property do not apply to what's in that cabinet. That is off limits to everyone except me.
Scott!
Now give me that.
We're going to be married. I mean, I think that we should know everything about each other. No secrets.
I am not going to ask you again. Give it to me.
Come on. It's only a love letter. It's just a love letter.
Please. Raven, forgive me. I didn't mean it. I honestly didn't mean it. It just came out of the blue. I didn't even know it was going to happen.
I thought I knew you, but obviously I didn't.
Let me get you some ice.
I don't need any ice. I can take care of myself.
Please, Raven, know how sorry I am.
I didn't even get to read it. It was in French.
I know it's going to be difficult to forgive me, but the last thing in the world I want to do is to hurt you, Raven.
You did.
I know, and what I did was unforgivable. I feel rotten about it. It's just that, Raven, you're going to have to realize that in some ways I'm a very private person. Look, it wasn't a letter. I mean, the letter, there was nothing important in it at all. I just didn't want to ruin the other surprise for you. Remember, I told you I had two surprises. The first one was the Whitney house, and here's the second. I thought you might like it.
What is it?
Well, you know how to find out. It's your engagement ring. Here, let me. I hope you can find a way to forgive me for being so rotten.
All right. I forgive you. Don't you agree?
I do. I think they're very nice.
The line and the flow, sense of style. Don't you agree?
I do. I think they're very nice.
The line and the flow, the colors are so vibrant.
I'd say they look very professional.
Thank you, ladies. I would hope that they look professional since I've been a professional fashion photographer for some time. And if you will excuse a certain immodesty, a rather successful one.
I was talking about the gowns.
The clothes?
Oh. Of course.
Sorry.
The clothes.
What did you say your name was?
I didn't say it, but it's Crown. Carlo Crown. And yours?
Raven Swift. Soon to be Mrs. Schuyler Whitney.
I wish you all the happiness.
Oh, dear, I do, too. Thank you, and I apologize for my remark about the pictures. It's just that my eyes go to the gowns immediately because this kind of high fashion is exactly what I'm looking for in my trousseau.
Well, if I could snap my fingers and make it appear, I'd be happy to oblige. But since that is impossible, perhaps Miss Darwin has some gowns from the collection here to show you.
Oh, dear, of course, I'd be more than happy. I have some absolutely stunning things that just arrived from Paris. Or is it Rome? Oh, I'd love to show them to you. Oh, then do, Miss Darwin. Please do.
You seem to be giving Miss Darwin a hard time.
Oh, that's one of my favorite pastimes. But don't worry, when she adds up the bill at the end of the month, I will be forgiven completely.
She must be very forgiving.
Well, sometimes I come in here and I look at everything and I buy nothing, and sometimes I buy everything. Today, I'm going to look at everything and buy everything.
Oh, right there. That's perfect.
What?
You've just given me an idea.
I did?
Yes. You model Miss Darwin's fashions from Paris, or is it Rome, and I will take a picture of you in each one. Now, wouldn't you like that?
Mr. Crown, that's a perfectly royal idea.
There, Scholar. So much for the details of your wedding plans. I'm sorry, it's about the best we can do on such short notice.
Yeah, I do appreciate all the trouble you're going to, Geraldine.
There's something else I'd like to talk to you about, if I may, before I go.
Please.
Raven tells me you're thinking of buying the old Whitney mansion. Is that a fantasy of hers, or are you serious?
Oh, yes, I'm quite serious. Well, that house should stay in the family. It's a landmark here in Monticello. What on earth made you decide to sell it in the first place?
A ghost, Schuyler. The ghosts were simply pushing me out.
You know, it's strange, but I've driven by that house several times in the past few months, and I really can't remember what it's like inside.
That's because you were never inside. The Whitney brothers, your father and my husband, had a very serious falling out. I don't even remember what it was about now. But ever since then, no one on your side of the family has ever set foot in that house again.
And here I am about to darken its door.
The pendulum swings, eh? What are you trying to do, Schuyler? Make up for the injuries of the past?
Oh, no, not at all, I assure you. Well, that house represents something solid in the family past, and I think it would be a fine foundation for its future. It'll be a wonderful house for Raven and me. I trust you don't have any objections.
No, none at all. There were many happy years spent in that house, and I hope they'll repeat themselves for you and Raven. I mean that.
Of course, this all may be somewhat premature. Although the house is on the market right now, the asking price of the current owners is, well, it's appalling. Unless they come close to meeting my offer, I'm going to forget the whole thing.
I certainly can't blame you for that.
Sorry, Mr. Whitney. I didn't know you had a guest.
No, not at all. And Geraldine, you know Gunther, I believe.
Yes, I do. How are you, Gunther?
I'm fine, Mrs. Saxon, thank you. Mr. Whitney, if you've got a minute, could I talk with you? I'll just wait outside.
Oh, no, that's not necessary. We can speak here.
Well, I went to see that real estate man like you told me to. And, you know, about the Whitney house.
Mm-hmm. And?
Well, he talked to the owners while I was there, and they've decided to come down on the price.
By how much?
$500,000.
Excuse me, but are you saying that the owners lowered the price by that much? Their ship must have gone out. What happened?
Well, Gunther has got a positive genius at the art of gentle persuasion.
I can see that. Perhaps we should send him to Washington, D.C. He has just the qualities for a politician.
Thank you, Mrs. Saxon, but, you know, I don't think I would be very good at making speeches. Anything else, Mr. Whitney?
Yes, one thing. Get a hold of that broker. Have him contact the owners and say that Mr. Whitney would be delighted to accept their very kind offer.
Wow. C'est pas le parc Monceau, mais enfin, qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Qu'est-ce qu'elle veut, celle-là, encore?
Surprise!
I don't believe this. How did you know I was here?
Well, you certainly know how to make a guy feel welcome.
You're not. How did you find me?
Well, I got your address from the telephone company, and the rest of the information I got from your landlady.
What an idiot. I should have known. All right, Mr. Hat Detective. I would like to know why you're tracking me down like an animal.
I want to know why you suddenly changed your mind about leaving Monticello.
But that's ridiculous. I had no intention of leaving Monticello. And how could I change my mind since I wasn't going to leave in the first place?
Look, Miss Innocence, you booked a reservation to New York City. You packed a bag and headed out for the airport, and then very sudden-like, you turned around and head back to town. I want to know why.
I simply changed my mind.
Yes, but why? For what reason?
The reason is none of your business. Get out!
Look, you're never going to get me on your trail if you don't tell me where your husband is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like hell you don't.
No, I don't. I'm telling you. And if I did, you would be the last person I would confine. Now get out of here! Get out, you hear me?
Look, I'm going to ask you one more time, nice and polite. Now, where is your husband? Where is Collier Wells? Answer
Oh,
me,
j'en ai assez, mais j'ai jamais vu un abruti pareil qui me suit partout. Mais si vous avez vu ça, c'est abruti salaud! Abruti! Get out!
You know, I had just one course in high school French, which I flunked. But I know what fear sounds like in any language. Why are you afraid, Mr. Val? Why is that? Right there. Beautiful. Okay, now let's go for one more. Just drop the left shoulder just slightly. That is dynamite. Are you sure you've never been a professional model?
No, never. I guess I'm just natural.
Yes, you're modest, too. Quite a combination.
One of my finer points. So, how much is this one? Oh, let's see. Oh, I'll take it. How many do I have now?
That makes 21.22 altogether.
Is that all? Oh, I feel like I've played on 1,000 dresses. I'm exhausted.
To quote a venerable English poet, Mrs. Swift, nothing succeeds like excess.
Well, how's about some cherries, Miss Swift? Well, I would love some. Mr. Crown, some cherries?
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Darwin. I'd rather have the flu.
Oh, dear. No. That'll never do. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll just... Well, it was certainly a lovely day, and I must thank you for a lot of fun.
Well, the pleasure was
Oh,
mine.
thank you. So when will the prints be ready?
Oh, a few days.
I can't wait to show them to Sky. I think I'll order about a dozen of each. Is that too greedy?
Not at all. You shall have as many as you like. Well, of course, we'll have to get a complete set for Mr.
Whitney.
Mr. Whitney, of course, with a nice little bill included.
Yes. As you said, nothing succeeds like excess.